I really struggled with this video today. I didn't know what I wanted to work on. I didn't know what I wanted to tell. But I was looking at the prompts and I was looking at the assignments, and one of the prompts was he wanted us to describe something that made you afraid. Whenever I think of fearful experiences, that sounds like such a childlike thing to say. I mean, that's something that every child has experienced. I think the most fearful thing I experienced was my stepmom, Stacy. My dad remarried after my mom divorced him. Whenever I came over to visit, I think I was very much the redheaded stepchild. I represented, the fact that she wasn't the only woman in my dad's life at some point. I think that's what I represented. I think that's what upset her the most. And I was terrified of my stepmother. I was terrified of what she would do. I was always walking around on eggshells around her. She said very derogatory things about my weight, about my body, about the way I dressed, about the way I had my hair cut. She was always talking shit about my mom and my stepdad, which just infuriated me at the time. One day it got so bad. It got so bad, and I called my mom sobbing, saying, I need to go home. I really, really want to go home. When Stacy came home from work and I told her I was going to go home early, she got so furious at me. She immediately started yelling and screaming about how selfish I am, about how people care about me, about how much my dad missed me. Told me I was a horrible person. I was so young and so impressionable and so naive, but even I knew that what Stacy was doing to me was unacceptable. The worst moment was when she told me, she said, I'm not letting you go home. I ran to my room, grabbed my phone, and I called my mom. And I sobbed into the phone again, and I said, she's not letting me go home. She's not going to let me go home. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Mom. And my mom replied, my mom said, I'm calling the cops. That day haunted me for a long time. But now that I look back, I think the most terrifying thing is that she has 2 little girls with my dad. My sisters are going to see what happened to me and how Stacy treated me and think that that is an acceptable way to treat a child. And I think that's the most terrifying thing.